Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black Business.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso, a new concept in social media. Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces its community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
And good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders and corporations. I want to welcome you to the Black Business Network. My name is Kimberly Williams, and I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. So right now we have a speaker, which it's a keynote. We're going to talk today about emotional intelligence and leadership. And I want to tell you a little bit about myself as the speaker. My name obviously is Kimberly Williams. They call me Coach Kim for short. Excuse me. And just so you know a little bit about my background, I am into an international business strategist and a thought leader coach. So as a coach, I develop you and your staff so that you can enhance your revenue. As a lifelong student of the kingdom of God's principles in business, I've coined myself as an organizer, as an organization's heaven. So I use emotional intelligence and mission mapping to curate results that grossly increase your earnings. And my lifespan is providentially analyzing and organizing your mission statement. And I do that with using your processes to equip your company with tools that keep you at the forefront of the front line of your niche. So without any further ado, thank you so much for taking the opportunity to join me today, this afternoon, as we are kicking off the Black Business Network Olympics. And I'm very excited about it because there are a few things that I want to just clear the air about when it comes to the Black Business Expo. There is a way that you can partner with the Black Business Expo in order to bring scholarships and opportunities to young entrepreneurs as well as students who are looking to get into some sort of college, whether it is real estate college, whether it is a college to earn a degree in nursing or things of that nature. Your gift of $5,000 or more will help support that need. You can also donate laptops to these students so that they can be productive while they are going to school and learning the principles of running and starting their own business, whether they be a business where they're buying into a franchise or if they're going to be an entrepreneur and they're going to start out making their own lane and paving their own way. You who are watching have the opportunity to partner with the Black Business Expo into doing so. So right below my name here, you can see www.blackbusinessexpousa.com, and that is where you go in order to be a benefit to these young people, to learn more about the Black Business Expo and to see the great works they are doing in the community worldwide. It is not only in the United States, but it has reached across the globe. And that is something that you can be proud of, to say that your hands and your finances have an opportunity to be in the midst of. So sow seeds into good ground. And speaking of seed, I want to talk to you today about what we do with a seed and the opportunity that a seed presents to us. And in this illustration, the seed is emotional intelligence. And there are a lot of different ways that emotional intelligence can possibly play out. And it's similar to a seed, right? Either that seed can grow it can die or wither away, or it can lay dormant, meaning it never develops into its full potential. And so I want to take an opportunity today just to have that conversation with you, because I believe it to be very important and very vital at the rate of retention in today's time, especially when we're coming out of the pandemic age where everyone has been comfortable working at home. Developing a culture and a climate and an environment where your employees want to not only work with you, but lead alongside you for the sake of your mission and your vision, that takes a level of emotional intelligence that cannot be found in a dormant seed. It's not found in a seed that is withering away. It's found in one that is grossly able to thrive. And the way that a seed thrives depends upon the environment in which it's placed in. So I want to talk to you about a little story today, all right? And I want to take you back to a long time ago. And being that I'm 37, we're jumping back, 37. So I'm jumping back a few years. I want to talk about this. So there was a moment in time in my life where, and I think we've all faced this opportunity in our lives, where we've lost someone that we love. And I recall being at home in my mom's house and being in her bedroom with my brother, and she's coming back and forward from being with my aunt. And I recall the last time she came in, she said, I have to go to the hospital and I don't know what time I'll be back, but I don't think that your grandmother is going to make it through the night. And so I remember in that moment thinking about something that my grandmother always told me. She said, Kimberly, respect your mother, no matter who or how she is, and always keep your ankles crossed. And she was just a very poised evangelist who ministered all across the East Coast. All her and her siblings all were heavily into the gospel. And they have planted churches from Florida all the way up to upstate New York. And this is something that has just been in the family and that they've always done. And so she's taught me as well as my cousins along the way of faith. And so in these conversations, she would always just remind us that when she would leave, that she would be going on to be with the Lord. And I recalled in that moment when my mom said, your grandmother may not make it through the night. I recall thinking, this is the time. This is the moment. And she's prepared me. And she would say to me, Kimberly, now don't you cry because I'm gone, because I'm not hurting. I'm not sad. This is not a sad time. Everything is good. All is well. And so I remember thinking to myself, this is the time. This is the moment. Don't be sad. And let's just get ready because she's going on to be with the Lord. This is me at 7 years old. And I remember my brother being a little upset and really us trying to embrace ourselves or brace ourselves, waiting for the final word. And so when my mother came home, she just was very flustered and she, put her cup down very heavily onto the dresser so you could hear the thump of the cup. And she said, well, she's gone. And now we have to plan for her funeral and we have to get everybody together. And so I just remember the time of just rejoicing, but not wanting to rejoice too much because the environment that I was in was one where her daughter, which was my mother, was sad and she was frustrated and she was overwhelmed. And so I could not be joyous in that moment as I was taught to be by her, because I had to be cognizant of the emotional state of my mother. And so I said, okay. So I held my mommy's hand and I said, everything is going to be okay, mommy. And so as we would continue to go forward along with the plans of eulogizing her and cooking all the fried chicken and smelling the green beans and everybody coming together, everybody has on really thick stockings. And it's September, so it's very hot in Virginia in September still. And I remember we buried her in Scotland Neck, North Carolina. And so there were bumblebees everywhere, or that there were ground bees. So you got to be very careful where you step because you're going to possibly run into a bee. But so we're being very careful and very mindful of what we're doing. And so when we got to the actual service and everybody goes into this small church to eulogize Susie B. Williams, I remember going to the front row and seeing everybody sobbing and crying and just trying to push tears out of my face, like just, I can cry. I know I can cry. There is a tear in here somewhere. But as I was trying to force myself into a cry, I heard my grandmother say, no. We do not respond like them because we are not like them. We know better. And so I was trying to be comforting with my cousins that were crying, but I was just I was happy. I felt beautiful on this beautiful dress. She looked beautiful in this dress that she was wearing. And so it just wasn't a negative time for me. And so afterward we would go next door because we lived right next to the church. Our families have homes right next to the church. And so we would go next door and we would begin to break bread and have a great fellowship with one another. And the seed that was planted in me was to rejoice in the midst of a time where it seemed like no one else could rejoice. It seemed like no one else was willing to rejoice. And it appeared as if rejoicing was the wrong thing to do. But because the seed was in my heart, I knew that the way was in rejoicing, that I could be happy and I could take the time to notice all of the small things that people were missing, like the gloves everyone wore and the beautiful shoes and the green carpet that we all marched in on, and the solid oak wood of the pews, and the way and so as I was attempting to continue in my way and continue forward as growing as a child, I held on to those thoughts. I held on to the way that these thoughts captivated me as a leader. And so when I became the person who wanted to run my own business, it was simple for me because there was a seed already planted in me. When I was thinking about what is the thing that I have to offer to this world, what is not only the thing that I have to offer, but what is the solution that I have that the world needs? Not only the world in terms of community, but in terms of business, in terms of family. What is it that I can do that would outlast not only myself, but it would outlast a pandemic. It would outlast any downturn of the economic world. And how can I use this thing to thrive and make a living? And so the thing that I had that was planted in me was emotional intelligence. And so as I gathered myself a business plan, and I began to look at the problems that emotional intelligence solved, I recognized that because of the seed that was planted in me, it became very evident when emotional intelligence was necessary. And so I, found the problem that I solved. Emotional intelligence is not only the way that you perceive your own emotions and you manage yourself, but it's also how you perceive the emotions of others and manage your relationships or circumstances with someone else. And so when you are in a business that works with the public, it's inevitable that you will have moments of agreements and moments of disagreements. So it's very important that you are self-aware. And self-awareness is the first pillar of emotional intelligence. And when you become self-aware, then you can lean toward the second pillar of emotional intelligence, which is self-regulation. And as you begin to regulate yourself, then you can look to others and have empathy. Empathy for them, for their circumstance, for their knowledge base, for their the information that they thrive on, and or the environment that has shaped them. And so once you take into consideration empathy, it assists you with being socially aware. And so because you become a socially aware leader or entrepreneur or business owner, then you're able then to apply your solution as a business owner to the problem that these people, this world, or these businesses may have. And so once you become socially aware, then you're not motivated by things external. You're motivated by what's internal to you. And so when I look back at that 7-year-old self and that person who had that seed planted in them to rejoice in a time where others were not rejoicing, I can recall utilizing all 5 pillars, being aware of the situation, regulating myself to the knowledge of that truth, having empathy for others who do not have the same information as I do, being aware of the situation that I am in or the environment that I am in at that time. And so I can be and show empathy and be empathetic toward them without it changing me and who I am. And then being motivated to continue in the lightheartedness, the spirit of joy, the spirit of rejoicing, even in the midst of all that was going on around me. And the way that I am able to use this today in my business, or as I was developing and carrying out my business to all of these other entities that get an opportunity to enjoy my business. Now, I have the ability to use all 5 pillars. Emotional intelligence is a seed, and that seed has the opportunity to grow. And so when I look at the way that I'm able to give this seed to other entrepreneurs or other corporations, for instance, doing a workshop for a business and being able to work with them for 9 weeks. So once a week, I go in and I do a full-on workshop, and then I give them assessments and I give them worksheets basically to take home to work on or work in their work environment to work on during the day. But the purpose of the workshop for 9 weeks is to shift the way that their environment grows. A lot of people believe that they're emotionally intelligent because they can read the emotions of other people. But I want to impart in you that emotional intelligence first starts with yourself. Are you able to regulate and be aware of your own self and to grow that within and to shape that within yourself? And if you are, then how then do we use that in order to help formulate an environment that other people can thrive in? So let's just say that you're the type of personality who you are what they consider a hard personality, or you're someone who everyone calls strict or aggressive. We'll use the term aggressive because that's a term that people like to use as if it's has a negative connotation, but it's actually a very powerful tool. So let's say that you are aggressive. And your team seems to not thrive when you are full on self. And so you have tried to no longer be aggressive, but it's turned into passive aggressive. And so a lot of times when we're not aware of ourselves and why our aggression is necessary, or why aggression is necessary for the situation, then we'll try to regulate ourselves according to people on the outside. And that's not the way to thrive. In order to thrive, you have to regulate based on you and being aware of yourself. And so when I talk to these workshops and I'm talking to the staff and we get to know what are some of the elements that cause them to thrive and then what are elements that cause them to shy back. Then we have a discussion about ways that we can work with one another. What makes aggression a tool instead of a crutch or a brick wall? Why is aggression necessary? Well, there are times in certain instances in business where you're going to need someone who not only is outspoken, but can speak up for the betterment of the vision or the mission of that business, instead of all parties being passive and allowing things to fall apart. There needs to be a person who's willing to pull the fire alarm and say, get out now, there is a fire, versus everyone just waiting around wondering where the smoke is coming from. You need that person that's willing to go find the what's smoking and see what they can do to put that fire out. That is your aggressor. You want that leader in the room. You do not want to diminish that person's assertiveness or aggressiveness because it is necessary for the growth of us as a company or a business. And so when I do the workshops and then there is a personality who is more passive, then people wonder, what is the importance of a passive person? How is a passive person, relevant to our business savvy, us growing? Because everybody's on this rah. you gotta, push it, thrive, try harder type of thing, no sleep type of mentality. And so sometimes that throws a business off when everyone is what you consider a go-getter in an aggressive way. And so you need to have a person that is willing to survey all that is happening and projecting how it may affect the future of that business, the future of your customers, the future of your climate. So that passive person is an observer. And so you want to get them together with you later and talk to them about what is it that they've observed and what have they observed in terms of how that shall affect you in your tomorrow. What is that going to make the numbers look like for the next 3 weeks? How can we thrive with this information, or how can we use this information in order to cause us to shift and pivot where we need to before we get to the place where everything is on fire? So I want to challenge you today to take a survey of the staff that you have, because this is what I do with my businesses. We take surveys and we look at the type of staff, we look at their strong points, and we look at their true personalities, and then we look at the way that they show up as an imposter in order to fit into this environment. And so then we create a map, a strategic map around ways to help them to thrive, so that no one has to show up in a falsehood and no one has to shy back, but everyone can thrive in their environment because they are a seed. And that seed is necessary because we want the fruit from that tree. And so, or we want the fruit from that vine. But either way, we need that seed to thrive. Most of the time in my business, I'm able to talk, especially in a corporate setting, I'm able to talk about the way that each individual person shows up. And a lot of that comes with storytelling. And storytelling gets the person out of their head and into mine. And so when I start with a story, I'm starting with a story with the sense of taking you on a journey so that you can see yourself thriving in that environment, see yourself growing in that space, and then see yourself on the other side of that space without touching your personal issue. Because I believe that personal issues are a time for personal performance evaluations. And so when I come in as a consultant, then I like to use storytelling, and then I like to use inspiration. All right. And so I want to inspire you and motivate you to know that who you are, whether you're the aggressive or the passive person, you are necessary. Not only are you necessary, but you are an asset and a value to the company that you are in. And if it so happens that you're in an environment where you don't feel valued, I'd have you to do that emotional intelligence survey on yourself. Are you looking at yourself? Are you evaluating yourself? Are you being aware of yourself first? Because if you only use emotional intelligence to try to manipulate the emotions and the movements of others, then that's not emotional intelligence at all. An emotionally intelligent coach, an emotionally intelligent leader, an emotionally intelligent teammate first cares. And the reason why they care is because they have done the work for themselves. And so they are in a position to where they not only have empathy, but they thrive empathetically in a space for other people and for the betterment of other people. So what does that look like? I'll tell you what that looks like. That looks like having an opportunity to embrace a person who maybe has prejudices toward not only you, but what you believe. And being able to reason that you understand that they have a prejudice, and that you understand that prejudices stem from a place of certain emotions, whether it's fear, whether it's sadness or anger, or, they've been hurt or abandoned. And so people create prejudices so that it's basically a wall. And so I have learned that when I'm dealing with individuals who may have a prejudice, whether it's for age reasons, whether it's because I'm a woman, or I am a person of color, because I am, taller than the average woman, whatever the thing is, then I have learned to understand that they have that prejudice. That does not change who I am. It does not change my value, nor does it change what I've come to this space to do. And so I'm able to still thrive in who I am and thrive in what I've come to do. And so as you use emotional intelligence, you have to become aware of what you bring to the table first. That is my first and foremost, I'm going to call it a tip. It's really not a tip. It's just advice. It's just the advice that I give to people in terms of personal one-on-one. When you want to say you're an emotionally intelligent person, first, you are emotionally intelligent about self. Number two, when we think about emotional intelligence and we think about how we thrive in it, and we think about how we show up in terms of other people, being able to regulate the areas that make you uncomfortable. So if I am uncomfortable because it's hot and everyone likes the heat, they don't want it to be below 70 degrees, but I thrive at 65 degrees. Instead of me making everyone else uncomfortable, even though I may be uncomfortable, I do something to regulate myself. That means that I wear cooler clothing. That means that I bring a fan for myself. But either way, the things that I am doing is to add to my comfort and not take away from the comfort of someone else. That is an emotionally intelligent person. That is an emotional intelligent leader. And so when we look at empathy, and I look at the fact that, everybody has been through losing someone that they love, then I can empathize with you without feeling like I have to be sad with you. I just know how that feels. And because I know how that feels, I care that you're hurt, or I care that you experience that hardship, or I care that this circumstance has happened and now it's shifting or changing all the other things that you're able to do in this one moment because it feels like your life is changing. And so I show forth empathy. And then when it comes to social awareness, then it's being able to understand that if I am in a setting, depending upon the setting that it is, I regulate the things that I'm willing to talk about, the jokes that I'm willing to tell, the stories that I'm willing to tell, the ways that I'm willing to relate to someone other than myself. I'm regulating that not because there's anything wrong with the way that I joke, but this just may not be the setting for that. I'm not regulating it because I don't love the thing that I care about. No, that's not it. It's just that this is just in the correct setting. So I'm going to be aware of that as I am thriving through this situation. And then lastly, it's the motivation. And remember, we talked about being motivated by something internal versus something external. So when I talk to businesses about internal motivations, things that are not seen on the outside, it's normally about you won't know this until you get to know the employee, or you get to know your team member, or you get to know your friend or your staff member or your relationship person. You have to get to know what they strive for. What are you looking for? Because if I know what you're looking to do, then I know that there are ways that can help motivate you to that end, because I'll just remind you of the thing that you said you wanted to be, or the way that you said you wanted to show up. And so I want you guys to know that the 5 pillars of emotional intelligence are a seed. The fruit that comes from them are based upon the way and the environment that it sets in, and the way that it is nurtured, and the way that it's tended to determines how it will grow. And I don't know if you've ever seen a pecan tree, but there are some pecan trees that you can just nudge the tree and pecans that just shake on down. then there are some trees that they will not release those pecans no matter what you do. And so you want to ask yourself, am I easily shaken? Can I easily give of my fruit? Or does someone have to jerk me and shake me and to make me give of the fruit that I bear? So ask yourself that, and whatever that answer is will let you know what side of the emotional intelligence spectrum you are on. My goal in Perspective 360 is to cause not only for you as an individual business owner, but also your team to thrive in effective communication, in working together as a collective, and valuing the connections that you make with one another and your customer base. So we do this through the Long Game Workshop. The long game is what I coined my workshop to give you the impression that this is for the long haul. This is something that you're going to be able to take with you all the days that you thrive. This is something that even in the midst of changes and growth, you can still have emotional intelligence. And I want to show you how. I want to show you through our 90-day workshop principles that I take people through. I have a short 4-day boot camp that I can take you through, or you can just get onto my newsletters at www.coachwithkim.org. On there, you guys, I want you to be aware there is a book, alert. I have written a book about being unconditionally God's, and it's an emotional intelligent approach to our relationship with Him as the Father. And so if you are looking for that type of information and you want to know a foolproof, principled strategy as to how to become more emotionally intelligent in your relationship with God, then go grab the book. It's out everywhere. All you got to do is Google Unconditionally His, and you will see Kimberly Williams, an emotionally intelligent approach to our relationship with God. I'm very proud of it, but you can also find it on my website as well as the workshops for the long game. I cannot wait to talk with you and to help you to thrive in your emotional intelligence and to help you push your staff to a place of emotional intelligence so that when you guys are showing up together, when you are working toward the same goal, that it is cohesive and nobody has to walk away with a migraine. Nobody has to have a bad week. So I'm very, very, very excited about working with you, and I'm excited about being here at the Black Business on the Black Business Network for the Black Business Expo's Olympics. I'm so excited about all of the speakers that you're going to see, that you saw this morning thus far, and that you will see this afternoon and into the week coming. It is going to be a phenomenal time, not only for you, but also for your business. I am excited about how you are going to show up differently. You're going to show up equipped, and you're going to show up empowered and inspired to be greater in your Black business, because you're learning about all these amazing Black businesses that thrive in the world, not just this country, but the world. I'm very honored to be a part of such a great network. And as you can see, again, you guys, my name is Coach Kimberly Williams, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side of emotional intelligence. And so
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo. one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
Introducing ElectaWorld. The metaverse is widely being labeled as the next phase in human evolution. This second world is no longer just science fiction. AR and VR are coming together to form new communities and limitless possibilities, powered by a brand new kind of money, virtual currencies. Our world will be eco-friendly, emitting near-zero carbon, and feature Electa Motors and their full fleets of green electric vehicles. This will create real business opportunities where users can actually earn real revenue. ElectaWorld will be completely free of all types of discrimination. No race, gender, sexual orientation, national origin, or any other type of discrimination will ever limit you in ElectaWorld. ElectaWorld will feature around 3,000 plots of land of various sizes for sale in year one, with a heavy focus on commercial land and luxury residential real estate. More details coming March of 2022. ElectaWorld. Join the new evolution. Did you know a typical passenger vehicle that has a fuel economy of about 22 miles per gallon and drives about 11,500 miles per year emits about 4.6 metric tons of carbon dioxide on an annual basis? In order to save this planet we call home, we have to make an immediate change in the way we navigate everyday life. Derek Automotive is that change. Our ambition is to build full-size, near-zero emission electric drive vehicles that don't rely on the electric grid. Derek Automotive makes driving an electric vehicle extremely convenient without sacrificing a sleek, modern design that is sure to capture the attention wherever you go. Make the choice to take part in a movement to help preserve our planet today. Choose Derek Automotive. Visit us on the web today to learn more.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and go and you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kingston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
This is Dr. Arnold T. Petsworth. Yes, that's his given name. No, don't look into it. He's the owner of Petsworth Vet World, a veterinary clinic in Hopton, Connecticut. His patients include dog, cat, turtle, cat, turtle, frog, hamster, fish,
Goldie,
dog, and this alpaca. Due to doctor-patient confidentiality, we can't tell you their names. Business at Vet World was steady, and then quarantine hit. Neighbors on every lane, drive, and even a few cul-de-sacs brought new four-legged friends into their homes. Bunnies. Bunnies.
you guys are so cute.
Bunnies.
You are so cute.
Bunnies.
You're so cute.
Bunnies everywhere. A lifelong lover of Laporte, Dr. Petsworth welcomed these new patients with open arms.
Hi, how you doing? How is she? Did you meet Jackie? Jackie, Barbara, Jackie? This is Betsy.
The only problem?
Okay.
There were more appointments than he could manage.
Yes, I'm gonna get to you. Give me a second. We're gonna get you in real soon. Don't worry, all right? And then...
That's when Dr. Petsworth turned to his American Express business card, which offers flexible spending limits that adapt with his business. He decided to hire a new assistant, Julio, who's actually more of a bird guy. But that's just between us. And with the power to make big purchases in his hands, he used his card to furnish a new exam room with extra tail space. Together, Dr. Petsworth, Julio, and American Express Business made sure all the pets of Hompton got the love and care they deserved.
All right, Julio, man, that was great, man.
And everyone was happy, especially these guys. Get the card built for business by American Express.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I loved to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved Princess
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
And good afternoon. Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Kimberly Williams, and I am your business moderator for this afternoon. on the Black Business Network. So the Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, like owners, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about
Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
And good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Kimberly Williams, and I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. We have a speaker coming up that's going to be talking about what is small data and why is it important in healthcare. So our next speaker is Tanasia Gonzalez of Effective Information Management Systems. So Ms. Gonzalez, aka T, has amassed over 20 years of experience in healthcare management in several areas, including IT project management, informatics reporting and analysis, financial planning, information systems, regulatory affairs, and continuous quality improvement. She has a successful track record of process improvement through development, implementation, and maintenance of over 30 systems, with an emphasis on strategically designing and implementing solutions. I present to you T. Gonzalez.
Hi, Kimberly. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And I am so happy I get to talk to you and say thank you so much for your talk. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And so much of it resonates so deeply with me, as my grandmother was from South Carolina and she had a pecan tree in front of her house that was quite stubborn and would not come up a pecan if you shook it all day. But thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, so I too have my ultimate mentor, my mother, who passed away, who was also in healthcare, a successful healthcare executive who taught me how to be an executive in the healthcare space. So thank you so much for your talk. It resonated.
You're very welcome, and I look forward to hearing you. Genius is common, and I will see you on the other side.
Thank you so much. So I just want to say thank you so much to the entire team for inviting me to speak on the Black Business Olympics today. I'm very honored. I love talking about data. I could talk about data all day long, especially small data. And I'll be talking to you about small data, primarily what is it and why is it important? And what I've learned over the years is that small data does have a place and it has power within many different industries. But I will be focusing on healthcare because I've actually seen the power of small data within healthcare. And what resonates for me there is that we could really leverage the power of small data to change lives. And that's really where the power is. So again, I'm Tanasia Gonzalez, but I do go by T. And I am the CEO of Effective Information Management Assistance. Inc., or Emma for short, EIMA. So Emma is a boutique information management services company specializing in healthcare data, especially small data and small data tools and processes. And I'll get into what that means in a bit. But the firm is a New York State minority-owned women business enterprise established in 2016, and also an MWB, BE of New York City as of 2019. What does that mean? We have exposure and access to government grants as a minority-owned business by a woman. So it gives us certain benefits and exposure to where we would otherwise not have. So it's a great way to get exposure for your business as a minority-owned business. And our tagline is, we offer expertise that goes beyond technology. Now, what does that mean? That means that my team has over 60 combined years of experience in healthcare data, health IT project management, quality improvement, and a number of other areas. And at the heart of many of these areas is data. So the main objective of my talk today is really, I want to define what small data is and why it's important. Because it's quite powerful when you can lean into it and embrace it. And I want to provide an overview of the role of data analytics, so the action you take with small data. And then I'll speak to a few examples of where I've been able to make a positive and powerful impact within healthcare using small data coupled with data analytics. But first, let's talk about this four-letter word that's been so beautiful for me within my life, and I'm so powerful and passionate, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to really lean into my passion for data, because not only am I a healthcare executive, I'm also a storyteller, as Kimberly was alluding to earlier. I tell stories, not only as a playwright, but also as a data executive. And data, the word, is actually the plural of the word datum, D-A-T-U-M, which is a Latin noun meaning something given. So data are individual facts or small pieces of information. In healthcare, these small pieces of information can be created in a number of ways. Within medical claims, these are the services that our providers are giving to patients, and patients go to hospitals and clinics. Pharmacy data, you pick up your medication, are you taking your medication? Different actions create these data, get collected, as well as services. What visits are you keeping with your physicians? What kind of physicians are you seeing? How is it being built? And where is it stored? Primarily in medical record systems, at the hospital space and the clinical space, and many different types of systems. We also have surveys out there that are given to patients that collect information on your experience with the healthcare system and your providers. Are you happy with your therapies that you're receiving and the services that you're providing? So we collect data that way. We also have other venues like health information exchanges, which are, I believe, just phenomenal. And being able to collect data from several different healthcare organizations, pull it into one platform for a provider to be able to see where his patient or his or her patient has been seen within a certain period of time, and give you the benefit of seeing the whole patient and the whole record, so you can treat the whole patient at once more effectively. What types of data am I talking about primarily when I say small data and data in general within healthcare? I'm talking about demographic information, your age, your address, also your diagnoses. What conditions do you have? And your procedures and the cost. What services have you gotten and who gave them to you and how? What medications are you taking? Where did they come from? What do they treat? Are they effective? Your lab values, your vital signs, your height, your weight. Also on the service side in the hospitals, your admissions, your transfers, your discharges, all of these instances have little pieces of data that are created and stored. And the good thing is with these little small pieces of data, we can take that and answer a lot of questions and also prepare for a better future. We can say, okay, what happened? How did it happen? How do we want this to be better? Okay, it could be better if we do X, Y, Z. Having that data in our hands gives us the power to take those types of actions. So when I say data, what am I talking about? I primarily think of two types of data. We have big data, which I'm sure you've heard of. That's the sexy term. It's very sexy. Big data, it's great. It's great to have. It has its place. But there's also small data. And small data comes from within the big data. Big data is extremely large data sets, that may be analyzed and read with a computer and usually offshore in a cloud somewhere. It's very hard to manage as a human mind. But small data, on the other hand, is small enough for human comprehension. It is data in a volume and format that makes it accessible, informative, and actionable. You can take action with it very quickly. The term big data is about machines, but small data is about people. That's a quote from Rufus Pollock, which I love. I always refer to that quote. I love that because the small data, it's all about diving deep, drilling in, getting to the individual. It's collected with an intended purpose of analysis. So you're collecting small data, you're planning on taking some type of action. And Bison Analytics says small data is powerful analysis minus the big data headaches. Big data usually comes with big price tags, okay? So in terms of the data condition of the two types of data, big data, it's always big and unstructured, like big, clumsy, big thing. Important to have it because we're collecting it through all the claims, all the prescriptions, all the services. We need to have it. That's great. It's sitting there. That's wonderful. But now what? Small data is ready for analysis. It's ready for us to dive into it. It's in smaller tables, it's data that we can work with and comprehend. In terms of the location, as I said, big data is usually in a cloud. It's offshore. It's a big SQL server, hard to reach. You can't quickly dive in there and grab it. But small data is usually kept in small data tools, what I refer to as small data tools, customized databases on a local PC. It's easy to work with and access and take action with. And usually the purpose for both of the sets, big data, has no intended purpose except for collecting it and having it there. Great to have, but small data, that's intended for a specific purpose. We're collecting it because we're planning on taking some kind of action with it. And I know, speaking to all the data geeks, I'm a self-proclaimed data geek. I know it's a horrible name, but we love working with data. We are very curious folks. We love answering those questions that pop up in our heads. We jump in, we extract data, we create reports, really dive in and answer questions. It really satisfies the curiosity. And I get really passionate about talking about small data and creating these different tools because it helps us answer questions, it helps us reach the goal and succeed. And what's the action that we're taking when we're diving into the big data to get to the small data? We're taking an action that involves data analytics. Now, what is data analytics? That's the process of examining data sets in order to draw conclusions about the information within, increasingly with the aid of specialized systems and software, small data tools, SQL, different tools, which I'll get to in a moment. And with the purpose of decision support, tracking and monitoring, and taking some action. So with data analytics, there are 4 types of analytics that are important to understand and know about. We have descriptive, we have predictive, we have diagnostic, and then we have prescriptive. Let me say that again. Descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, diagnostic analytics, and then prescriptive analytics. A little bit about what each is. So descriptive analytics, that tells me what has happened, what is happening. So that's the data coming in, telling me what's actually going on, what is happening right now. You work based on incoming data, and for mining of you deploy analytics and come up with a descriptive based on the data. Tells you what's currently happening. Predictive analytics is what could happen. It ensures that the path is predicted for a future course of action. Pretty cool, right? Let's get better. Let's get ready for a better tomorrow. Diagnostic analytics. Why did that happen? Not only what has happened and what is happening and what could happen, but tell me why. And prescriptive analytics is tell me the best course of action, given what did happen, what could happen, and why did it happen. Really powerful when we're talking about managing populations of human beings. I've worked with groups in the past, with certain conditions, for instance, HIV/AIDS group, just diving into these different types of analytics pathways and really designing tools to better manage the populations and improve lives. Just some powerful stuff when you start diving into the data and leaning into data analytics. And that is what Emma does. Of course, with each engagement, we have to be aware and always cognizant of the people, the processes, and the technology that's involved. Anyone working in data analytics knows this has to be kept in mind. In terms of the people, who are the folks working on the data and in the data? Usually data analysts, data engineers, data scientists. And we have some emerging roles happening nowadays. Chief Analytics Officer is one role that's coming about. And one of my favorites is the Chief Data Officer. And these folks are in place because there is a growing appreciation for data as a separate entity. It's not IT, it's data. It's separate. It needs to have its own space where it's clearly defined and governed. So pretty cool. So that's what I'm talking about in terms of the people. Now, the processes that we follow. For those folks that are managing the data, what exactly are they doing? The key processes are data extraction, you're extracting data from the various systems, your data mining, you have the different programming going on, even with small data, and then analysis and reporting. You have database administration and management, and software development. Great stuff. In terms of technology, what technology is used out there by folks working with data, small data and big data. Like I said before in healthcare, not a lot of times, but most of the time there is a system within the healthcare organization that's designed to house the data that's being created by the visits and the patients coming into the facility. Those are electronic medical record systems. There are some big ones out there you probably heard of, like Epic, Athena Health, different EMRs out there. And having those EMRs, it's great. They are very transactional, but once they're there, they're collecting all the data, and we're able to use and lean into those systems to extract the data and really create some small data tools to get a leg up on specific quality improvement metrics and metric improvement, to really dive into the small data and get really specific on the actions we need to take in order to improve performance on our key performance metrics and indicators. And largely, there are relational databases used within healthcare data analytics space. And not last but not least is Microsoft Office Excel Access, which is a favorite of mine because a lot of organizations I've worked with really don't have the means to get or have large big data tools that will allow them anything heavier than that. But you can create some really powerful tools and processes to get you to that endpoint with Microsoft Office Excel Access combination of the two. Why do I always talk about this? Diving deep and really combing through the big data and getting to the small data, especially when we're talking about healthcare and trying to improve key performance metrics on managing certain populations and trying to meet the performance targets for managing different populations in healthcare. It's because we can't boil the ocean. So being able to leverage your small data allows you to dive into your big data, get really specific about, as long as you know what metrics you need to keep a pulse on, keep an eye on those key metrics, you know the what. Doing that will allow you to see the performance and dive in and see who's contributing to the performance of those metrics, whether it's good or needs improvement, and how, meaning what interventions do you need to employ in order to improve the performance on these particular measures. So with that, I'll just talk very briefly to one experience I had in my past life. As a healthcare executive, just to give you a clear example of what I'm talking about in terms of using small data to drive performance. So there was a Medicaid reform program within New York State, and we had the key mission of reducing avoidable hospital stay, because that costs New York a lot of money. So a lot of organizations came together to tackle this one metric. So that's the what. We keep an eye on the what. And now we can see the performance of that one measure, and we can see, are we where we need to be? Are we below? Are we right there? And what do we need to do to get to the destination point? So we dove into the metric to really understand who was contributing to these high rates of avoidable stays at these hospitals, and we could identify certain populations. So we dove into the big data coming through the claims data and the electronic medical record systems, and really could target those patients and those visits and those diagnoses that were really contributing to performance issues with this key metric. And we came up with clear interventions that would tackle this one metric. And we, apply some quality improvement methodologies. Some of you may be aware of Plan, Do, Study, Act, or the Model for Improvement by the IHI, or the Institute for Healthcare Improvement. We followed that, and we applied our small data tools and actions to this one project, and actually decreased the hospital use by 19% in 5 years, just by diving into the small data and really taking action. So when I say small data, I'm really talking about diving into the big data, really identifying who you need to focus on and taking action and tracking over time. And that's really the secret sauce of really getting to your goal when you need to follow key performance indicators, whether it's for value-based purchasing or for some other incentive programs that are offered by health insurance plans nowadays. That's pretty much the secret sauce that we follow. And Emma can definitely help get you there. If you need some key tips on how to do that, please reach out. This is something we love to do. We love diving into the data. Let's see, another example of when we were able to identify or keep track on the what, identify who's contributing, and then apply the how, what interventions we need to apply, is when I was involved with the HIV/AIDS Care Center. So there are several key performance indicators that are evidence-based, handed down by the state. These evidence-based key performance indicators are there because they're proven to work for this population to help get them healthy and keep them healthy. And I always tell everyone, I am in awe of what these doctors have done to turn this condition into what it is today. I'm so very grateful to have the opportunity to work with them and to be there providing these small data tools to help them track how they were doing on their key performance indicators and identify those patients that they needed to get back into the clinic so that they can stay retained, so that we can make sure they're taking their medications, so that we can make sure that their viral loads are at a good level and they're not slipping, and that the patients were thoroughly satisfied. In awe of what these doctors do. And I'm so grateful to be able to work with them and all of the clinical professionals that I work with in healthcare. And I'm grateful that I'm able to provide my passion and service to them by way of data and data analytics and small data. I'm so grateful, in fact, that I'm so passionate about this small data thing. I actually have a podcast out there called Let's Talk Small Data with T. Go over to my website, eima-inc.com, and you can click on the tab, Let's Talk Small Data with T, and check it out. It's actually had 10,000 reaches so far since its inception in 2021. We've been listened to over 6 continents and over 36 countries. And I've interviewed folks in Kenya, in England, in Vietnam, and many different places across the globe. Of course, places in North America, Oregon, different areas, Chicago. And folks are really excited about this small data thing because it's a powerful tool to be able to dive into your small data to really get to your goals. Stay at and get to your goals and stay there. So it's all about keeping track of your key measures and diving in to make sure you know who's contributing and how you can improve the performance. And there's the power in small data. Kimberly, that is the end of my talking points that I have. I wish I could see folks who, if you have any questions, please reach out to me at tgonzalez@eima-inc.com. Dr. Hood.
Hey, thank you so much.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you. We love you being here.
I love being here. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to come and speak to folks about this small data thing, which I find very, very interesting and fun. And
absolutely.
And yeah, so thank you.
This
and
is
the whole
wonderful.
team.
Thank you so much. And look, Genius Incoming, and we will see you on the other side.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle, with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being, with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
I'm Ramon Gray, founder of Smart Hustle Magazine and smallbiztechnology.com.
You're here today to celebrate small business success. Stand up on your feet. You rocked the house. It was amazing. Didn't we learn? For me, success comes from failure. One thing not to do is shake somebody's hand like this.
Hello, everyone. I am Kim Jacobs, the host of The Kim Jacobs Show, and you all know who's right here with me, Dr. Les Brown. How are you, Dr. Brown?
I'm blessed and highly favored. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time you want to give yourself a competitive edge. If you got a message, you have some knowledge or experience, a story, or if you want to do something adventurous and exciting with your life that can increase your credibility, expose you to millions of people, I'm encouraging you to have your own talk show. I used to have a talk show. That one talk show catapulted me to another level. Now there are more people watching the internet, as you are aware, than television. Yes. Come on, somebody.
That's right.
Dr. Kim Jacobs, she trained people on how to have their own talk show. She will train you how to do that. And now with me partnering with her, now you have the combination of an audience, expansive audience. We have over 4 million people in all of our platforms, and the coaching you need to grow your business, to grow your multi-level marketing organization, to draw more attention to yourself in this noisy economy. Go ahead, Kim.
So in the training that I do, Les, I actually do a 6-week training. It's 1 hour per week. And each week I meet with the individuals one-on-one. We go through and we talk about all of the things that's necessary for a show to become a reality. We go from how to actually identify your focus area, what's going to be your ideal customer that's going to be tuning in. We'll talk about how to get guests, how to get sponsorship, how to go about getting your lighting, your branding, and your banners, and everything that you need to know. And guess what, Les? They own their own content at the end of the day.
And that's exciting. Now, if you're ready to create a shift in your business and in your life and increase your cash flow, I want you to go to KimJacobsConsulting.com. It's right there on the screen, KimJacobsConsulting.com. You know, people say opportunity knocks on every door. Right. No, opportunity stands by silently waiting for you to recognize it. So I want you to recognize that this is a time for you. This is an incredible time to have your own talk show. It establishes a level of credibility.
Yes.
And by being exposed to people on a regular basis, it allows you to strategically begin to impact and attract your audience. She can take you in a place in yourself that you can't go by yourself. So go to KimJacobsConsulting.com. That's KimJacobsConsulting.com. Did I say KimJacobsConsulting.com? Yes, you did. Very good. Make sure you go there and sign up for the coaching, and we're looking forward to working with you. You have something special. You have greatness within you. That's my story, and that's Kim's story, and we're sticking to it. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
This is Dr. Arnold T. Petsworth. Yes, that's his given name. No, don't look into it. He's the owner of Petsworth Vet World, a veterinary clinic in Hopton, Connecticut. His patients include dog, cat, turtle, cat, turtle, frog, hamster, fish,
Goldie?
dog, and this alpaca. Due to doctor-patient confidentiality, we can't tell you their names. Business at Vet World was steady, and then quarantine hit. Neighbors on every lane, drive, and even a few cul-de-sacs brought new four-legged friends into their homes. Bunnies. Bunnies.
You guys are so cute.
Bunnies.
You are so cute.
Bunnies.
You're so cute.
Bunnies everywhere. A lifelong lover of Laporte, Dr. Petsworth welcomed these new patients with open arms.
Hi, how you doing? How is she? Did you meet Jackie? Jackie, Barbara, Jackie? This is Betsy.
The only problem? There were more appointments than he could manage.
Yes, I'm gonna get to you. Give me a second. We're gonna get you in real soon. Don't worry, all right? And then...
That's when Dr. Petsworth turned to his American Express business card, which offers flexible spending limits that adapt with his business. He decided to hire a new assistant, Julio, who's actually more of a bird guy. But that's just between us. And with the power to make big purchases in his hands, he used his card to furnish a new exam room with extra tail space. Together, Dr. Petsworth, Julio, and American Express Business made sure all the pets of Hopton got the love and care they deserved.
All right, Julio, man, that was great, man.
And everyone was happy. Especially these guys. Get the card built for business by American Express.
La connexion. La connexion.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that that's it.
Hey.
No!
Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants.
Okay.
He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like,
Baby, be you.
Be you, baby. Just be you. I like it. Introducing the Be You collection, exclusively available.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Design is human. It's about people. It's about life. We've designed everything around us since the beginning of time. The things that we see, the things that we hear, experience, and feel. And in this evolving digital frontier that we are calling the metaverse, there are opportunities to do things that we never thought were even possible. But with innovation comes responsibility, and there will be many challenges that we must face and overcome together. I've often wondered, how do we create balance between humanity, technology, and the environment in a world that is already constructed? It's as though we are designing against the grain. This is something that many of us are trying to figure out at this technological tipping point. I personally have spent countless hours of my life, especially in the last few years, really thinking about this, thinking about how to create amazing, innovative, and artistic, immersive experiences using technology, but while still doing our part in this world to protect our people and to protect the environment. And what I've realized is that collective thinking around design is holding us back. It's become mechanical, a series of conflicting checklists and linear conventions, components of production cycles. We don't always think about design as coming from within, as inherent to our species, the human. So today I will discuss 5 immersive design considerations for the metaverse outside of these technical checklists and processes. These are considerations that are a little more qualitative, sometimes a little harder to wrap our minds around and transfer that knowledge into meaningful action. These are the things that impact our decision making and the world we live in, whether we realize it or not. And when we make this connection more mainstream, I truly believe that we can evolve the world by pioneering what artistic but responsible, immersive design looks and feels like, and what the metaverse should evolve to become and to include. My name is Natasha Rapsat, and I am an experienced designer, strategist, multi-dimensional being, an explorer traveling to see the bones of the world and to learn for the future of humanity. I have medium brown skin and dark hair that is pulled back. I'm wearing a black shirt, red lipstick. Before we get into the considerations, let's discuss immersive design for common understanding. Feel free to leave comments or questions. I will do my best to answer. Thank you for joining me today.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I loved to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, She's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here. And Princess Nia is based off of my daughter. And she wants to be the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
So what we have to do is when we get in the spot, we need to create some spots for us. That's the main thing. We need to be able to be in a position where we're able to create those spots for us. For me, being an entrepreneur, I'm not just going to get a business and then leave you sitting high and dry. If you ask me some questions about entrepreneurship, I'm going to give you as much as I've received. I've seen people who made it, and then when you ask them, it's like, okay, now you have to pay me for the information, the same information I got for free. We probably in totally different cities. There's no way that we're going to bump heads or anything. We're not competing. Bring me up with you. And so I just think that whatever education that I have, then I need to be able to give that to my own as well. So create the spots. You can create the spots when you get there.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do?
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am black business. I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am black business. I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am black business.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces its community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Trousseau is both social and safe. We refer to Trousseau as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Trousseau even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Trousseau is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Trousseau. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Trousseau is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
When you feel like you're about to hate yourself, love someone. And when you feel like you're about to hate someone, love yourself. And when you feel like it's the end of the world, breathe and remember that you have to go inhale in order to exhale deep. Like a person who thinks too much, I thought about the word genius and thought, genie in us. Then I thought, if there's a genie, then there must be wishes. So I made a wish upon my genius and became inspired to write a piece about war and the way that it destroys worlds, boys and girls weeping over spirits no longer married to the corpses that carried them as child, laughing, funny. How air forces its way back in even when we just want to exhale. Well, I didn't finish that poem because I'm a firm believer in oneness. So no matter how much I disliked the military, I kept coming to the conclusion that all the soldiers in the army are me. So I went back to my genie and I made another wish. I wished for words that would uplift. The genie sent me poems that sounded more like spaceships, because you know we've been working this great shit and we ain't made shit. I wished we could buy us a spaceship that fly so high that we no longer need to exhale because we in heaven. Fly so far and so fast into outer space that we end up turning into energy. G for genius, for genie, for magic, as you are, as you were, and as you always will be, made of the same star that you see as far, but in fact so close enough for us to shoot for, because Lord knows we need something to shoot for, because too often we are shot at. We gotta pay attention to buy time, to train ourselves to shoot back, not like bullets but like stars. Make wishes on the genie that you are, the genie in us, the genius in you, the only person on this earth smart enough to make the dreams that you hope for come true.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo. One of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Debbie Hood, and I'm your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate business about business. Our next speaker is David Albritton. David Albritton is the founder and CEO of the executive coaching and consulting firm 1988 Strategies, which is based in the Washington, D.C. metro area. He is an International Coaching Federation certified executive coach, as well as a recognized business leader, motivational speaker, and public relations and communications expert. He holds the distinction as one of the very few corporate chief communications officers to transition into an operational role as the chief executive of a business division of a Fortune 25 company, in addition to being elected to a public company board of directors. I present to you David Albritton. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Dr. Hood, thank you very much. It's very exciting to be with you. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone around the world. This is a very exciting opportunity. Let me apologize for my voice. I'm dealing with a cold or flu or something, so my voice is a little off. But I'm very happy and privileged to be with you here today. As Dr. Hood said, I am an executive coach, but I started my career in the military. So I started off in the U.S. Navy. Then I had a 25-year career in corporate, in many corporate instances, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But now I am an entrepreneur. I own my own business. In fact, I own a couple of businesses. And what I want to talk about today with you, in whatever context that you're in, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're still working inside a company or a nonprofit, I want to talk about understanding and leveraging the importance of leadership coaching. That's what I do all day, every day. And I believe that once you understand the nuance of what coaching is and what it can actually do to impact your future, you'll have a different look, a different outlook. And I believe that you might find it helpful for those things that perhaps you don't understand about what's going on in your world, in your business, in your job, in your career, and how you might be able to help yourself kind of get past that. As Dr. Hood said, I have done a lot in my career. I am an accredited coach. I went to Georgetown University to get my certification as a coach, but I'm also accredited by the International Coaching Federation as an accredited coach. I'm currently a board director, an independent board director on a publicly traded company called Embecta. It's a $1.2 billion diabetes care business based in New Jersey. And I am, so I do proudly serve as a board director. I'm the former president of General Motors Defense, so GM's aerospace and defense business. I had a career that started off in the U.S. Navy, but I also worked for a number of aerospace and defense companies during my career as well. But most of my career was spent in corporate communications and public relations. And so, most of what I've done in my life and career professionally has been storytelling. And I equate that storytelling to how we should be thinking about things as we run our businesses, as we do our jobs every day, because it's all about engagement. It is really all about how you show up and what the narrative is of what you share with people so that they can resonate with you and actually engage at a level that's going to be successful for both of you. The story we tell ourselves begins right here. And, in terms of how we show up, in terms of what's important to us, in terms of anything that we want to do to be successful in our lives and career, we tell ourselves that first. And if we tell ourselves that no, something is not possible, then our body, our language, our ecosystem around us tells us that we can't do things. And then when we show up in that way with other people, they too may believe that we can or cannot be doing something. And so again, it really comes down to your mindset. Okay. And so what I want us to talk about today, and what I want you to kind of walk away from, is how you can use coaching to kind of strengthen your own capabilities and your capacity to be successful in whatever context that you are, in your business, in your job, and career. I want you to understand the difference between some terms that are normally thrown around together and somewhat confused. So I want you to know the difference between a coach, a mentor, a sponsor, and a counselor. All right. And then we're going to talk about the types of topics that are generally addressed when you're dealing with a coach, when you've hired a coach to kind of engage with you. Some of the topics that you may be dealing with on a daily basis that you really don't ever think about. But as a coach, it's one of the things that I help you think about in terms of maybe trying to overcome some difficulties that you've had, really taking advantage of opportunities that are in front of you, or just removing those barriers that otherwise have been stifling you in many different ways. So, and then we'll talk about some competencies that may be relevant to you as well. And I want you to think holistically. I want you to think broadly, because, I may be talking to certain people more than others in this conversation. But as you think about this in your own life and the lives of people that are around you, think about how you might encourage people who you believe are stuck in certain places. And perhaps you, as their friend, as their mentor, just as a professional confidant, may or may not be able to help them in certain instances, whereas a coach might be able to. Because the whole idea is, when you engage with a coach, is to take control of your future in a way that you potentially couldn't have before. So if you think about, let's answer the question that you might have in terms of what is a coach. So a coach is really a person. It's a coach. I am a thought partner. I'm someone that helps my clients develop their future goals. And I use a process of sophisticated, active learning and listening skills. And I ask powerful questions. I ask questions that perhaps you might not even think about. And my job is to really expand your thought processes. Okay. So you think about things in a much broader, holistic context than perhaps you already are. Because what we're really trying to accomplish is to really identify your limiting beliefs, those beliefs that you have internally that say, yes, I can do something, or no, I can't. And then what we do together is that we co-create the design of action steps that allow you to actually accomplish your long-term goals, and then facilitate your growth over the course of time, whatever time frame that you say that you believe is needed for you to accomplish your short, medium, and long-term goals. You create a plan to ultimately accomplish those goals. So a coach, as your coach, I'd be set apart from the way that, a mentor or somebody else, may engage with you. And the big difference is that when I'm working with a client, it's in a 100% safe and confidential environment. And that means that you can show up in a way and be very transparent and be very, open to sharing ideas, concepts, and things that are inside of you that perhaps you may not share with anybody else. Because by the standards that I hold myself accountable to as an accredited coach by the International Coaching Federation, the confidentiality is one of the staples of a coach-client relationship. And there are professional ramifications if, I allow information that is gathered during a coaching session with one of my clients to actually go in another direction and be shared with somebody else. That's very important to me that I don't. And so under that, the auspices of that environment, the opportunity for us is to really go deep in ways that perhaps you might not be able to with other people. And so, what I would do as a coach is listen so that, I get, greater perspective from you. I want to enhance your self-awareness. I want to help you build your self-confidence and actually focus on the future. I want you to think about your leadership presence, leadership presence, maybe as a CEO of your business, maybe as a leader inside the company that you're working for. But your presence is, everything that makes you the leader that people perceive you to be. I want to facilitate your growth. And I want you to kind of think about this as a transformative process, because where you are today and what you knew yesterday is not what you're going to need to know tomorrow to be successful. And so if you think about that in terms of a transformation, where you're transforming your thought processes and your mindset, that is what's required for you to successfully, kind of break down barriers that might be in your way and continue to lean forward. All right. I want you to think about those personal challenges that might be holding you back. You might have things going on in your personal life that may be bleeding over into your professional existence. And, as your coach, you and I would dive into those issues and really address them and try to find ways, to have coping strategies for ways that you might be able to address issues that perhaps otherwise you might find it difficult. Again, those self-limiting beliefs are things that we tell ourselves that, we can't do something. If we automatically believe that we can't do something because perhaps in my head, I don't feel like I have the right certifications or qualifications or right experience or the right knowledge or the right relationships, then we put ourselves automatically into a box, into a corner that's going to probably create a freeze in our ability to move forward and to lean into it and to lean into that discomfort to where we know that on the other side of it is our success. And so, that self-limiting belief is something that everybody has, all the way up to CEOs of large organizations. I have coached the COO of a large organization who reports to the CEO. And, it's a belief that person told himself that was one of the barriers for how he believed, even at that senior title, that he could be successful. So what we want to do through a coaching engagement is actually limit, kind of level the playing field. We want to, put you in an environment where you feel that you can be successful in whatever context that you're operating in. And so that's a very important construct to operate under and to have that mindset that you can be successful. Okay, so we talked about, the concepts here, right? So we talked about coach and mentor and sponsor and counselor. Well, let's talk about the differences, because those titles are thrown around and kind of interwoven with, and used interchangeably in certain instances. And I know many years before I became an accredited coach, I too used the terms coach and mentor interchangeably. And there's actually a big difference between it. So I talked about what a coach does. I talked about, kind of how we operate in, safe and confidential environment. And so, really, what I'm doing as a coach is a lot of listening, not doing a whole lot of directing, really trying to find out what's driving you. Because surprisingly, when you get asked the right types of questions and you're able to put situations in the right context, you're able to answer a lot of your own questions, and you just don't know how at this point. And that's one of the things that a coach kind of helps pull out of you. Compare and contrast that to a mentor. All right. A mentor is an essential, right? We all should have, solid mentors in our lives and career. It is essential for us to have those relationships and leverage them to our best ability, because those relationships are critical, because they can be helpful in, guiding pathways to helping us be successful in ways, particularly maybe our functional areas of expertise if we're working in a company, or for folks who, have started successful businesses that we aspire to be like them, and they can provide advice and counsel in that way. That can be helpful for us. The big difference is that a mentor is going to be very directive, right? They're going to talk about their own path, and then they're going to equate it to the path that perhaps you're on. And they're going to be very directive and suggestive to things that you might do. That differs 100% from a coach, because a coach is primarily not going to be directive and tell you what to do. idea for us as a coach is to really pull that out of you and try to understand what's going on in your context, in your brain, and in your experience and your expectation, so that, you know, the ideas and the understandings that you need and are required to have to be successful are coming from here. They're coming from inside of you versus hearing somebody else tell you how to go do something. So that's generally kind of the difference between a coach and a mentor. Now, if you look at the term sponsor, okay, now when you have a sponsor, I usually call a sponsor a mentor on steroids, okay? A sponsor is somebody who's willing to give you all that advice and counsel and guidance and tell you that perhaps, you know, you have mustard on your shirt. Because not everybody in your life is going to tell you that you have mustard on your shirt, but you need those people around you to be able to tell you and give you honest and open feedback about how you're doing, to tell you when you're doing great, but to also tell you when you're screwing up, whether that's in the context of running a business, whether that's in the context of being a good father, mother, or, you know, husband, wife, whatever that is, but also in anything that we do in our lives. Okay, you need those people that tell you that, you know, something is going on and you should kind of right the ship and correct your behaviors or correct your ideas or correct your attitude so that you can continue to move forward in a very successful way. But as we think about a sponsor in that context, you know, that's a person who's going to put their name and their career and their reputation on the line for you and the other stakeholder audience, excuse me, that you operate in. Okay, that's a very important consideration, in that somebody would, you know, put their professional integrity on the line for you. That's a very important, you know, distinction. And it's one that you should hold in honor when you have people who are willing to do that on your behalf. Very necessary for success in many different contexts. But it differs from a coach, because a coach, I don't have any skin in that game. My identity for you is not one to speak on your behalf to external audiences. My entire desire is to speak directly with you, to engage with you and find out what's going on in here and in here, so that, you know, we can co-create the strategies for your success going forward in the future. Now let's talk about the term counselor. Okay, a counselor tends to be one, you know, very, you know, they're licensed. You know, counselors are licensed by states, by, you know, national standards, etc. But they tend to look at things in the past, something that's happened to you 5, 10, 20 years ago that is hard for you to overcome. And you still have some mental challenges or some psychological challenges or other that you're still trying to deal with the situation and try to find coping strategies to be successful going forward. And so that counselor will work with you to try to address that specific issue or those issues in aggregate, to try to find something, you know, your pathway to try to solve whatever happened to you. Now, as a coach, I may deal with you on issues that happened to you in your past, but my job as your coach is not to focus back there. 100% of our effort as a coach and client is 100% looking forward. We're looking for your North Star. We want to understand where you want to go, how far you want to go, what you aspire to go do. And oh yeah, by the way, you may have these things that have happened to you in the past. You may have had some barriers or some individuals who weren't as supportive of your efforts. And we then develop strategies so those things don't continue to be problems in the future. And so you might find a way to look at the issue, the problem, the situation, and you're either going to knock the wall down, you're going to go around the wall, you're going to shoot a hole in it, you're going to go under it, or it's just mentally not going to be a barrier in the way that it had been in the past. And so that will be the difference between how I, as a coach, address this with you versus how a counselor might. And so we've talked about the distinction before, amongst those four terms. And the one thing that, I kind of use just kind of as an axiom for folks as they kind of think about it, particularly for mentor and coach, because those terms are thrown around so often together, is that mentoring is informational and coaching is transformational. So mentoring is informational and coaching is transformational, because you'll get a lot of great, fantastic information from a mentor, but working with a coach will transform your future. And that's what, as a coach and client, we're really hoping to do together. So let's talk about some common issues that I deal with as a coach, because like I said, I deal with people from the top end business owners and CEOs of large companies and, that level down to the lowest rung, maybe somebody who's just starting out from college or somebody who's just starting a business and all that. But amongst all of those people, title is irrelevant. It doesn't matter what your title is. We are still human beings, and we still go through a variety of emotions and encounters and have different issues and those types of things that we deal with that preclude us from being successful in many ways. And so if I think about some of the common issues that I deal with on a regular basis, let's just kind of go through a couple, right? So depending on where you grew up, how you grew up, and what type of family and what family values you have, there are people who are taught not to ask for help because that shows weakness. There were people who were taught to put themselves culturally last, right? They put themselves last in the family, or, they don't want to deal with issues as it relates to them. Let's deal with everybody else. Let's be a leader in that context. Let's deal with everybody else's issues and particularly not mine. I might have a hard time advocating for myself. Okay. And so, that's somebody that psychologically has said, I can't speak up for myself. People are, knocking me down, disparaging me in certain ways. And I'm not good at advocating for myself. I freeze when speaking to senior level people. How many times does that happen, particularly as we're junior and we're talking to more senior people, particularly as we're a young business owner and we're talking to a senior customer or somebody who's wanting to come spend a lot of money with us, perhaps psychologically or mentally or otherwise, I freeze because I'm not comfortable and confident in speaking to that person based on, because I have perceived lack of knowledge or lack of experience or something that's getting in the way of an effective engagement with that more senior person. Perhaps you have, you want to overcome obstacles that are, precluding you from being successful, and you want to show up and lead with confidence. You want to sit up and be proud with your chest stuck up. But, in many instances, that's just not you. That's not your personality type. That's not, what you've exhibited in the past. And to be successful in your new context, perhaps that's something that you need to do. There are many people who, regardless of the job title that they're in and what they're doing, what they're working on, they're suffering silence every day. They come to work, they're running this business, but in some area of their life, they're suffering in a way that other people can't necessarily understand. That's an issue that we as a coach can, kind of work with you and help you. Some people are introverted, and so they find it hard for them to network. It's hard to go speak and say hello to people, even if you're a business owner and that is your seed corn. You've got to go sell something, product or service to that customer, or you've got to be working in a corporate context and have to go engage with more senior people or other people just to be successful. Your introversion is precluding you from actually going to engage. Networking strategies are something that, as a coach, I love working with people on. You want to find your leadership voice, right? Now you're a business owner and you have employees and you got to stand up in front of them and exhibit leadership. Or, you're working inside a job. Maybe your son or daughter just graduated college and they need to find their leadership voice. Working with a coach can kind of help you with that. Shying away from difficult conversations like pay increases or starting salaries if you got a new job, or, performance reviews. Think about that. Every twice a year, you're in a job and you get your boss to sit you down and talk about how you're performing this year. And you may get some feedback that may not be what you expected to hear, but you shy away from sticking up for yourself instead of speaking confidently with examples about how and why you performed marvelously this year. Those are things. Or if you looking for that promotion that you haven't gotten and you've seen 2 or 3 people beside you actually get promoted and move forward. Sometimes, having those difficult conversations are things that people have challenge dealing with. Appearing strong and confident, and confident in every situation. And then sometimes, you may be working in this job, but you've had this goal and aspiration to start your own business. But you've wanted this career change and you just don't know how to move forward. You don't know how to connect head to heart and really just drive into this. So whether that's a new company you're starting, whether that's a new role inside a company that you're working for, a new field, you started off in, after college or after high school in one field, and now you have an aspiration to go do something else, but you just don't know how to move forward. The coach can absolutely work, with you on that. So as you think about yourself in that context, right, let's focus on you for a second in terms of where your head is, where your heart is. you've got to ask yourself the question, am I happy? Am I fulfilled in my current situation, personally and professionally? Then you got to understand, okay, how I might be showing up in situations and how I'm engaging with people. And then you have to ask yourself, how am I showing up to others in every engagement? Okay, what do people believe about me when they hear me speak, when they see me show up, when they see me lead? Are they confident in my abilities? Are they not confident in my abilities? Do they believe what I'm telling them, right? And how you're showing up on a daily basis. Do you even know, right? You could have had a long commute to get to your office or wherever you're going, and somebody could have cut you off and you're mad and you're upset. And, you're upset about what happened to you 20 minutes ago, but then you come into the office. And you know how you're showing up to people, everybody around you? Are you still carrying what happened to you 20 minutes ago and then bringing that into your environment with the people that you're working with? Okay, or even to your family. Okay, that's something that we have to be conscious of in terms of how we're showing up in every situation. And a coach can kind of use some examples and kind of work with you to find out kind of how you're showing up. So then, all right, let's say you've been working on a job for a while and, you got this great title. But, have you ever really asked yourself, are you fully committed to, what you're really working on? Are you fully committed to this job, this title? Or are you just going through the motions to get a paycheck? That's a very important question that we need to ask ourselves. When we launch a business, right? Am I launching this business because my head and heart are into it and I have a full passion, complete passion about, what it is that I'm working on? Or am I doing this because I got to make some money and, I kind of like what I'm doing, but I'm not truly passionate about it? These are questions that you absolutely have to ask yourself. So in that context, right, you've got to ask yourself, okay, since I want to show up as my best self in every instance, you've got to determine what it is that you really want. What's your intent by doing what it is that you're doing? All right. So what's your intent for yourself? What's your intent for your others, right? For others in your life, your family, your friends, others, at your employees, if you're a business owner and have that. For your organization, what are you willing to invest in? How much time, energy, and what's your intent? What are the behaviors that you need to exhibit for you to be successful in whatever context that you're showing up, in whatever environment? And as we talked about a few minutes ago, how are you showing up right now in your mind, in your body, in your spirit? Are you putting forth positive energy out into the universe? Or are you letting things that have happened to you in the past really lead how you're engaging with people? Because whatever we do, whatever we sell, product, service, it is just that, but that's secondary. Anything that we do in business is really all about people. It's all about people engagement. And so you showing up appropriately in every situation is a critical aspect of your success in whatever context that you're engaging with these people. And so when you're engaging, how would you be able to tell if you're moving away, left of center, and staying, away from how you'd like to show up? Do you consciously know what that is? Or are you open to feedback from people to kind of tell you that, perhaps you're not showing up the right way and you do have mustard on your shirt? And I'm glad I told you, because otherwise you're going to walk around that white shirt with mustard on it all day and you're going to look stupid. Yeah. So you got to think about that. And so if you are left of track or right of track or just off track, period, have you consciously understood up here, what could you do to get back on track? Okay. So in that context, you think about, where are you stuck? Where are you not getting the results that you need to be successful? And what great results are you not currently able to achieve in everything you're working on, whether that's your business plan and executing it, whether that's, trying to vie for that next promotion inside your job, etc. And then if you step back and you kind of look at it as a problem set or something that's, you're dealing with, what problem are you trying to fix? Do you understand that inherently and understand every context, all the variables that go into whatever that problem is, and then, what is needed for this to be fixed for you to move forward? Then you got to determine, how often is this a problem? Is this a sporadic issue that just pops in every once in a while? Is this constant every day? Or do you see patterns? Things happen when certain individuals are involved or certain issues come up or whatever it is. Have you been able to analyze what that is, and so that you can better understand how it fits within your universe, how it's fitting within your context, so that you can try to address those things? Now, how is this issue also affecting you, right? Does this really burn and boil your blood? Is it affecting how you show up with other people, okay, in your relationships, your wife, your spouse, your son, daughter, your grandmother, your whomever, your employees, okay? Then you got to ask yourself, what's important about this for you, all right? What is it that, is truly, groundbreaking, if you will, in terms of how I need to address this and what I need to do to move forward, because otherwise it's just going to be stifling. It's not going to be, contributing to my overall success metric. And, ultimately I'm not going to have a bad year with my business. I'm not going to have a good year with my business, or I'm going to be stifled in the job and I'm not going to get that next promotion that I'm looking for. And then ultimately, if I don't do anything about any of this, because that's an easy way out, right? I could not do anything. Then you got to ask yourself, well, what's at stake if you don't? Okay. So that's something to always consider. So before you think about everybody out there, right? Because if you point a finger at somebody, right, that's one finger pointing at them and there's three fingers pointing back at you. So whatever you do in working with a coach and looking at your situation and all those things, you've got to work on yourself first. Okay. So as a coach, we're working on this and this, connecting the two, your head and your heart together to work on you to make sure that you are showing up appropriately in every situation. You're considering all the variables and you're doing the right things to be successful in your life and in your career. Because if you think about the bad aspects of kind of how we show up in instances, under stress, we can become emotional and we, perhaps not show up as our best selves in that situation. And then it's easy for us to kind of withdraw and step back, and then we can attack people and start blaming other people for the problems that we're having. And that's just not a good context for people to understand how we are showing up as leaders, as a business owner, etc. And because, we definitely don't want to be acting out because those behaviors can potentially lead to bad outcomes. And that's not something that we want. And so we've got to maintain our focus on the bigger picture. And then, what that does is help us engage with individuals so that we are not counterproductive in how we engage and we can stay on track all the time. So let's talk about coaches in general. So like I said, I am an accredited coach by the International Coaching Federation, which is a global organization, for coaches and for the coaching profession. The ICF, as it's called, has probably close to 60,000 coaches globally in the organization. And, it's really dedicated to teaching the craft of coaching and putting coaches who get accredited through a pretty rigorous process to become that accredited coach and go in a process of discovery up here to really dive into the ability to engage with people at a senior level, at a solid level, and produce results for that client that they otherwise perhaps could not have accomplished. And so I had to go through at least 60 hours of training, 100 hours, and then 100 hours of actual coaching clients over a course of, many months, over more than a year to, really dive in and practice the craft of coaching. I also had to submit 2 recordings of my coaching to the ICF where master coaches would review and grade my ability to coach. And so under ICF, there are 3 levels of credentials. There's ACC, which is Associate Accredited Coach. There's Professional Certified Coach, PCC, and then there's Master Certified Coach. So ACC, you have to have 100 hours of experience of coaching. For PCC, you have to have 500 hours of coaching under your belt. And for Master Certified Coach, that's 2,500 hours of coaching. It takes many years for a master coach to develop, that much coaching experience. And so to even be accredited as an ACC, which is the lowest level, the Master Certified Coach are the ones that are grading the recordings, of the ACCs to make sure that they are up to speed and capable of coaching. Also had to take a 3-hour exam on a lot of coaching principles. And so it's not a cakewalk to become a coach. It's very much worth it though, because the journey I went on in my head to transform my thinking from a career-long mentor to be really, tuned into who I am as a coach and be able to work with my clients has been a transformational process for me. to look up coaching and to understand more about it, I would encourage you to just Google search. There are many articles out there. You know, I know a couple that I really like are in Forbes, Harvard Business Review, but there's a ton of articles out there about coaching that encourage you, if you're interested in, you know, pursuing a coaching relationship with a coach, to kind of look up so that you can understand and have better context about what it is that a coach does. All right. So let's talk about competencies, okay? And, you know, things that you should have, you know, in your skill set, you know, outside of your functional expertise, if you're working in a corporation, outside of your educational background, and all those types of things. But, you know, they're really, you know, it's really your inner game, okay? It's really, you know, who you are from a business and leadership competency perspective that, you know, talks about, you know, kind of how you're showing up. You know, do you have initiative? Are you able to see things strategically? Do you have integrity? You know, are you able to, you know, be a lifelong learner? You know, these things aren't things you're necessarily taught in school. These aren't things that you're taught on your job. These are things that are truly important, are critical, excuse me, for people to kind of show up in ways that they're potentially not trained to do. If you're having challenges with those things, then, you know, perhaps, you know, working with a coach can be helpful for you, right? Now, other things like planning and organizing, right? You know, public speaking and speaking to teams, you know, working within team context and those types of things. You know, just your business fundamentals and your business acumen. If you don't have those inherently, and again, that's not necessarily if you've got a degree in you know, a certain field or something, you know, these may not be things that you're necessarily taught in an educational environment. And depending on what your job or as you run your business, you know, you may not come across on a daily basis. And so, you know, working with a coach can help you kind of identify where some of those gaps are and then continue to find ways for you to kind of move ahead. All right. So as it relates to Black professionals, right, because then just like in many professions, you know, people of color working in those professions are somewhat disparate and aren't necessarily as available in certain ways. And so if you think about it, you know, there's an article that came out a couple of years ago in Fast Company magazine. And it was in, you know, the whole premise of the article was, you know, what Black professionals say they need most to succeed at work. Okay. And about 40% of Black professionals believe that mentorship and career coaching opportunities will help them lead more equitable workplace cultures, but many professionals don't currently have access to those programs. Okay. And then Black professionals also who don't currently have mentors or career coaches cited a lack of trust in people in their organization at 49%. And then, you know, being uncomfortable asking for help. About 39% of them believe in that. And so that tells you that, you know, having access to a coach or even mentors is an essential element for being successful in whatever context that you're working. Another thing to kind of think about here is in terms of the type of coach that you choose, right? Anybody, you can choose any coach from any background. But as it relates to, you know, race matters in coaching, there was a doctor, his name is Dr. Ariel Finch Bernstein. And when he was doing his doctoral thesis at Columbia University a few years ago, he did an examination on a coach's willingness to have difficult conversations with leaders of color. And so he sampled almost 130 coaches and examined their willingness to have difficult conversations with Black clients. And not surprisingly, what he found was that, as he hypothesized, Black clients received more support, but yes, they received less challenge and less constructive feedback and less time devoted to areas of development than their white clients. And so if you put that simply, you know, coaches assigned to Black clients choose to sidestep conversations about diversity and development versus, you know, dealing with primarily, white clients as well. And so the result is that leaders of color who receive coaching may be robbed of developmental opportunities offered to their counterparts in the same context. And so for you, as you consider a coach, it might be more beneficial for you to choose a coach who comes more from your background, who maybe, you know, looks like you, comes from the same geographic area, same educational background, etc. But again, it's 100% personal choice. But there are studies that show that choosing a coach that, you know, has a more similar background to you could be advantageous for the engagement and your willingness, again, because remember, a coaching relationship is 100% safe and confidential, and your willingness to dive into it, it comes with your comfort level with engaging with that coach. So if you think about kind of how you are as a leader, okay, Dr. Linda Hill is at the Harvard Business School, and she's the chair of a huge leadership initiative there. And she is very much known in the educational system as a global leader on leadership areas. And as you think about, you stepping into leadership, okay, and these are one of the areas as a coach we work on a lot, right? Your leadership presence and how you show up and how people react to you, how they resonate with you and your message and just your profile. Okay. We tend to, as a leader, when we believe ourselves to be leaders, we tend to focus immediately on the people around us because I am a leader. I have to deal with these issues and I have to show them the example. I have to deal with their issues and their challenges and their problems and those types of things. But Dr. Linda Hill says, that when you look at leadership focus areas, the first thing you've got to do is manage yourself, because until you manage yourself, you're not going to be able to be an effective leader. Again, go back to the premise that or the example I showed you earlier. When you point at you point at other people with one finger, you've got three fingers pointed back at you. So you've got to manage yourself first before you can manage anything or anybody around you. Then you've got to manage your network, okay? Because your network is your net worth. Your network is, the resource that you lean into that allows you to, use their resource. Use their context, use their experience, use whatever it is that might be helpful to you in your context, whether that's you in a job, whether that's you as a business owner, that can be helpful to you to kind of refer clients to you and customers and whatever it is that you're doing as you're running the business. And so that network that you have around you is also helping you manage you as well, because hopefully you're getting that constructive feedback that you need to be successful going forward. And within that network, if you've chosen to place a coach, kind of at the center to be able to work with you, that too will be a helpful element of your future success and opportunity to kind of lean into discomfort and to uncertainty and those types of things. Then after you've managed yourself and then your network, then it's your opportunity to manage the team. Okay. Because then if you're really going to show up as a true leader, one that's truly effective, that's revered, and, has an opportunity to be a game changer in the lives of individuals, that's what that is. Okay. And so I ask you to think about this in the context of, how you're showing up and what your opportunities are. So I know I'm coming to the end here, but I really appreciate the time. And for those that might be interested in working with me as a coach, I ask you to visit my website. I work for, my company is 1988 Strategies. So my website is www.1988strategies.com. Or you can visit me on LinkedIn. Look me up at David J. Albritton on LinkedIn. I would encourage you. I have a free newsletter on LinkedIn called the Career Growth Catalyst. If you're thinking about career growth, I put out a bunch of weekly articles that talk about career growth and opportunities that really allows you to have an introspective look at who you are and how you're showing up. I thank you so much for your time to be with you here today. And I wish everybody the best of luck as you continue your growth trajectory. Everybody take care.
Thank you. And we truly appreciate you coming and speaking with us and sharing your expertise with us. Maybe do you want to give that website one more time? Let's make sure we know how to find you.
Thank you very much. So it's www.1988strategies. So 1988strategies.com.
All right. Wonderful. We thank you so much, Mr. Albritton. Look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo. One of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world. Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics,
unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Debbie Hood, and I'm your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about businesses. Our next speaker is Melanie Perry, CFP, Zillionaire Wealth Formula in 5 Clear Steps. Melanie D. Perry has been helping people create sustainable wealth by making wise decisions for over 2 decades as a certified financial planner. Melanie's passion for financial literacy extends to educating women and kids about the basics of money management through her financial literacy and education company, Zillionaire Enterprises. I present to you Miss Melanie Perry. Genius is common, and I will see you on the other side.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hood. This has been is always a wonderful opportunity to have the ability to express various aspects of the financial planning process and money and wealth building to such a dynamic, innovative group of individuals, and I appreciate Dr. Kelly and the whole entire team involved. Today, we have a new topic. I am going to share with you, and let me back up 1 second. Happy Financial Literacy Month. This is the month of April, and this is a time where we really want to empower, we at Zillionaire Enterprises really want to empower you with the right financial decisions to be able to use your God-given talents in ways that add value to the world. That is what I specialize in helping people to get over some of the emotional finance, shall we say, to empower them with the right information, right financial information in order to build sustainable wealth. So today I want to share with you a particular approach to the wealth building strategy that's not necessarily commonly known. It is a part of the wealth building strategies that I do touch on, but it's with a slightly different angle. So this particular strategy is how to reclaim your cash flow. You know how Sister Watson, Maxine Watson, was reclaiming her time? Well, I'm going to share with you how you can reclaim your cash flow. And it is by using this pretty format. So I'm going to break this down. It's a acronym that is going to help us understand a very effective way to reclaim our cash flow. If we know that cash is king, well, let me tell you, cash flow is queen. It is imperative that we understand the vital aspect of ensuring that we have a sufficient amount. Let me scratch that, not sufficient. We have an abundant amount of cash flow that is coming into our financial space, right? Now, one thing that is commonly emphasized in my industry is accumulation, to save, to invest, to kind of focus on our net worth. All of those things is important, but what's key is to have a funnel that is building up those buckets, right? If you don't have the right funnels and numerous funnels, the cash flow flowing into those buckets, then we're not working the system right. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you is a 4-part strategy that's going to help you pretty much redefine, revitalize how you look at your finances. And again, it's the PRIT-T cash flow recovering strategy. So the first aspect, the first step is the P, which stands for protection. Now, when we're thinking about asset protection, first thing that might come to mind is insurance. Well, yes, that's actually one of the most fundamental components of the financial planning process in creating financial stability, financial security. In addition to creating the cash flow, we want to protect it along the way. Now, whenever I'm looking at a person's financial plan and finances, I should just say, one area that is often overlooked in, quote, finding the cash, reclaiming the cash flow, is how you are paying on your insurances. So oftentimes in the beginning stages of the financial planning process, we're trying to, look at your spending habits and assess whether or not you're spending money in a way that aligns with your financial goals, right? Sometimes we get into a scarcity conversation about that. We get into a guilty mode. We get into it's a form of embarrassment sometimes. And what I want to empower you with is this conversation about being a conscientious spender is not a conversation around scarcity. It's not a conversation around limitation. It's not a conversation around being embarrassed and feeling guilty about where you're spending money. It's a conversation around efficiency. Are you being efficient with the way in which you're spending your money? And if you're not, then we need to reevaluate that. We need to pivot, yes? So on the subject of P, the PRIT-T format, protecting the asset protection piece, how are you paying on your insurances? The insurance industry has a way of making things convenient for us by allowing us to pay our premiums on a monthly basis. We receive income typically on a monthly basis, so it makes sense to pay your premiums on a monthly basis. But that premium has a premium when you're paying more frequently. So here's the trick. The less frequent you pay on your insurances, the lower the cost. That extra premium gets taken away. So the ultimate goal is to pay on an annual basis. So how do you get to that point? Well, you have to exercise conscientious spending habits, which means that you are focused on the intended goal in mind. You're not allowing yourself to be distracted by, the shiny things and impulse shopping and kind of allowing ourselves to be satisfied by the endorphins we get when we're spending money, or when I talked about efficiency, overspending or duplicating our spending on things that we really don't use, like having Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Cinemax, all of the channels, and it totals $200 something a month, and we're only spending 10% of our time, watching these things, right? So it's a matter of, do we really need all of that or not, right? But also in your decision-making process, when you're looking at your spending habits, it's not a matter of getting into a scarcity mode and feeling limited or constrained by it. Because, for example, I have a client that doesn't watch that much television, or streaming, I guess we can call it these days. But when she does, she wants to have the option. So therefore, having multiple streaming programs made sense. Whereas other people, I may ask that same question, and having those multiple streaming options doesn't make sense. For example, myself, Netflix is good. If something pops up on Hulu, big deal. So you have to evaluate that kind of thing for yourself without judgment. It's imperative to look and assess your spending habits without judging yourself in the process, but really focusing on what really makes sense for you. Okay, so we're on this conversation of your premium payments. So how do we get to a point of we're paying monthly on our premium payments to paying annually? Again, that goes back to being a conscientious spender, making sure that we have cleaned up our spending habits to the point where we're clear about the efficient nature in terms of how we're spending our funds. And then we're able to see, well, where do we have a little excess, resources? Let's say as a result of cleaning up any holes and gaps that we have in our conscientious spending plan, we are able to find $1,000, right? So then from there, we're looking at just putting $1,000 a month away for the goal of being able to pay annually on our premium payments for the various insurances. So that gives you some insight on where you can begin to find some dollars and how you can begin to prepare yourself to carve out some money for that. In addition to that, the process is to mitigate our spending as efficiently as possible without reducing our lifestyle, being conscientious, but not reducing our lifestyle, as well as to increase our income, right? So we're always looking at ways in which we can bring in additional dollars, but also being mindful of what categories is our current spending habits going into and whether or not it's efficient or not. Now, the next stage of the pretty format of reclaiming our cash flow, not allowing other people to get little nips of it, which reduce our ability to control those funds, is by looking at the rates. So in the pretty format, we're looking at the interest rates. Where in our finances are we being charged more than what we need, than should be? So that's when we do an overview of looking at all of our debt and assessing whether or not it's in alignment with the current rates and our current FICO score or not. And then we set on a path, we set on a plan to either call up the credit card companies and say, hey, my FICO score is over 720. Y'all are charging me too much. Either reduce it or I'm gone, right? We have those conversations. I encourage my clients to reduce their rates as effectively as possible. And then once we've gone through that process, it might be a matter of really looking at the debt that we currently have and refinancing and combining some debt. So that way we're eliminating debt that we're being overcharged in, because we're able to refinance in a way to combine and overall reduce our debt. And in some cases, put our debt that is non-deductible into a deductible format, and we're reducing our debt in multiple fashions as well. So the pretty is the R in the pretty format is stage 2, is mitigating our interest rates on all of our debt as efficiently as possible. And then also how we're making the payment on that. For example, with your car note, many people don't realize that you can call your car loan, the financing company that's financing your car loan, and have them to allocate your payments towards your principal. You can do that. A lot of people are surprised by that, but you can definitely have them do that. Now, tell people to start off with 100%. They're not going to do that. But you start high, they'll tell you, what they can bring it down to versus you saying, can you allocate maybe 20%, of my payment towards my principal? You don't know what their capacity is. So start from the top and they'll negotiate down, accordingly. And that small little adjustment there is going to take off some months. And depending on how early you do that, could take off a year maybe, of your payment on that car loan by merely focusing on that principal and making sure that your payments are being allocated towards that. So this is another component, another way in which you're reclaiming your cash flow, right? So I know y'all are feeling empowered by this, and I know that you all are going to want to share this information with those that you love and care about most. Now, moving on to the I in the pretty format. So this is PRIT. We're doing it like Pretty Young Thing with Michael Jackson, right? So in this reclaiming your cash flow strategy, applying this pretty format, the I is the next phase of the reclaiming. And the I stands for the IRS. We're in the midst, we've passed our tax deadline, and some of us will still be in completing our taxes up until October. And so really to effectively manage our taxes is to not just focus on quote tax season, but to actually implement tax strategies all throughout the year. So it's imperative to have a tax planner on your team, not just a tax preparer. A tax preparer is just looking from your past and saying, okay, this is what you did, this is what you can do based on this tax season. See you next season. Whereas a tax planner is looking at your past, making considerations of your present, so that your future will be in a much tax favorable situation. So it's looking at all different spaces of your tax experience so that we are properly planning to keep as much money in your pocket as possible. I am not a tax professional, but as a CFP, Certified Financial Planner, I help my clients to be mindful of ways in which they can be more tax efficient. And then your tax planner takes you to a deeper level to implement and to share particular strategies that I can help support you in that process. It's a team effort, right? No one is designed here to do anything and everything alone. We have a team to effectively get us from point A to point B. So now you have an understanding where some of the financial professionals fit in your success journey, your financial success journey. So we have our the IRS. So there are a myriad of tax planning strategies that as a individual can benefit from, but most especially as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. There's a statistic, it's somewhere like 96% of the business owners are overpaying in taxes because they're not applying all of the tax strategies and credits that are available, mainly because they just don't know, and or they're relying upon their tax preparer to bring them up. And tax preparers that particularly are not specialized in working with business owners, and in some cases you need a tax planner that is specialized in your industry, not just in general, but sometimes you need someone that's specialized in your industry to know all the intricacies. So giving you an example, many people want to, if you surf the internet a little bit, then you might know that you can deduct your vacations, right? Now, there's a strategic way in which you can do that. That doesn't mean you just fly to Florence and then feel like, well, I'm a business owner, I can do that, and just write that off on your taxes. And you did absolutely no business in Florence. It was purely personal. That kind of vacation you cannot deduct. But let's say you have some negotiations and a business partner, in, I think it's Florence, Italy, or maybe you are flying to Ghana, or maybe you are going to Hawaii. But the point is that wherever the location is, it has to be the primary focus has to be business, right? So this is where your tax planner comes into play, depending on if it's here in the United States or if it's international. Then there's different percentages of time in the business that you are dealing with. I said that funny. When you're in the United States, when it's national, then I think like 90% of your time has to be focused on business. Whereas if it's international, it doesn't have to be 90%, it can be less. So again, don't quote me on that. Again, that's where your tax professional comes into play to give you the granular detail. But my point in sharing this with you is that these are the nuances for you to be aware of. So how do you, quote, allow your vacation to be a deduction? So this is what you do. The majority of your time, so majority would be 60% or more, needs to be focused on business. So you log it. You log your time, your transportation to and fro, so to the location and from the location. So your airfare, plane, train, automobile, that can be deductible. You document the time in which you met with your business partner, the conference that you went to, the business that you negotiated. Some of your meals can be deductible. If you have family within your business and you discuss business at the meal, then that can classify. So it's really boils down to documentation, documentation, documentation. This can't be spontaneous. It has to be planned. So then how do you record that? You can send an email, or have your executive assistant send an email of your itinerary. So as you can see, it's all about being clear of what was discussed, when it was discussed, who was discussing it, and what was all entailed during that meeting time. And in between that vacation, you can have some personal time as well. So after your meeting, you can, get on the ATVs and experience some good times with the family, but just be mindful that it's all about that documentation. So as I conclude sharing with you the tea on how to reclaim your cash flow, the tea is, am I mixing up my, I switched that. So forgive me. The I was actually investing. And so the T was the taxes. So I mixed up my pretty format, but y'all are getting my point. Y'all are getting some good nuggets. The last piece is the investment. And whenever we're making an investment, we want to make sure that we're not overspending on the investments that we're in. So that's just a matter of reevaluating and assessing, what am I paying for? Right? So in my field, people pay a fee for the information that I share and the advice that I provide, the strategies that I implore for them to implement in order for them to reach their particular goal. So you have to recognize the value of the fee that I charge and the ultimate results, whether it's the information, whether it's the application of the strategy. But it's not always a direct approach, a direct return on investment per the fee that you charge, because it's also the value of the information in the long run that you receive. So if I'm charging a fee of $3,500 for a financial plan, that doesn't mean that you're going to get $7,000 on your investment. So it's not that strong of a correlation between the fee and the return on your investment, so much as the overall advice that you're getting to implement the strategies. So hopefully that was clear. When it comes to the individual investment, you do want to make sure that you are getting the return on your investment based upon the sales charge or the particular fee. So on the asset, I may charge 1%. And so naturally, your return on that investment has to be greater and far beyond that 1%. So understand that the consultation cost, understand the value of the cost of securing an attorney and the results you get from that, securing a business coach and the results you get from that, securing a certified financial planner and the ultimate strategies that you're getting from that as well. So that concludes my pretty format and how we can reclaim our cash flow. Again, there's some areas in which we are investing where we just may not be aware of the underlying fee that's being charged, and therefore we're wasting money. When we're a business, we never want to have holes, right, in our plan. And that's where a financial planner comes into play to be able to help you see and identify some areas that were just overlooked and not seen. So I am grateful for this opportunity to be able to share this process of reclaiming your cash flow. I want to encourage people that are in the sound of my voice that it's not too late. I know those folks that are in their 40s and beyond may go through moments where they feel like, did I start too late? Is there even the possibility of me experiencing financial freedom and financial liberation? And I'm here to tell you that there is. I was presented with this information a good 20 years ago when I started in the industry of the Yoruba culture. And in the Yoruba culture, they believe that adulthood doesn't really start until your 40s. And the reason behind that is because, well, first of all, they didn't really bring this into the conversation, but first of all, our brain doesn't even fully develop until our mid to late 20s in the first place. And just think of the decisions you may have made in your 20s may not have been all that sound, right? Then when we hit our 30s, we're feeling a little bit more grounded and assured of ourselves, and we're a little bit more established and deeper into our career. But if you really think about it, when you start knocking into that fourth decade of your life, do you really begin to really have a solid space in your industry, a solid sense of self, a greater understanding of your environment and how you fit in that environment? And the Yoruba culture supports that. They recognize adulthood starts in your 40s. It's interesting to note that in the United States, people don't really start thinking seriously about their finances until their 40s, ironically, because it's kind of a revelation. Oh, snap. In the next 20 to 25 years, I'll be that 60, 65, and you want to be financially secure in that space, right? At that particular age. So the beauty of the time and space that we're in right now is because of this thing right here and the internet that we're on right now. We're able to transact business much more efficiently, faster, and more directly than we ever have before. So if you're ever feeling a little anxiety and angst about the ability to be that multimillionaire, to have financial security, to experience financial independence, to apply this pretty format that I just laid out to reclaim your cash flow, you can actually position yourself to experience financial freedom in less than 10 years. I would say between, on average, 5 to 10 years, depending on your tenacity, your focus, your confidence, and the strategy, the plan that you have in place. One thing that I highlight that I recall from reading the Investor's Business Daily is to focus on your good ideas, right? And knowing that we are all born wealthy, we know that we can now monetize that wealth much faster than ever before. So I encourage you all to not allow your present circumstances to dictate your future, but to know that underneath it all, everything always works well for you. With that premise, with a plan, with a purpose and a plan, you are well on your way to experience financial freedom and financial independence. So with that, I thank you all, and I appreciate again the opportunity. Hello there, Dr. Hood. It's a pleasure to see you once again.
Hello, and thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you sharing your time and your information with us. And as we know, genius is common, and I will see you on the other side.
Indeed.
So now, thank you. The Black Business Expo mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen below, which is $BBX USA. Our goal is to give laptops up to $5,000 to 10 students, and students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for April 2023. NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Richer Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, Barbara H. Smith, LLC, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Melanie Shawnee Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, and of course, the Black Business Expo USA. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be leaving, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world. Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what?
you're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur, or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dreams by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be leaving, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here. And Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she is what she wants to be, the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
Hey guys, my name is Caden. I'm the CEO of Caden Teaches, and my genius is teaching kids about financial literacy. Throughout my financial products, such as my financial flashcards, my activity book, and my newest project, my financial bus, which I bought. And on the bus, it has a mock bank where kids will learn how to deposit and withdraw money, a mock grocery store where kids will be able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids will even be able to learn how to invest in stocks. Now, I decided to start teaching kids about financial literacy because I find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I feel if I were to teach kids about financial literacy, that I would be able to help kids tap into their genius. And I actually learned about financial literacy to my dad because I would go to business meetings with him, and I would always see that they were talking about financial literacy. And at that point, I didn't understand what financial literacy was. So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and teach it to kids in a way that they could understand. But I want you guys to help me help kids tap into their genius by going to my website, cadenteaches.com, and you can sew into me in my financial bus by going to my GoFundMe link. And remember, if Caden can, you can too, because genius is common.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million+ women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.